Hello. So today I'm going to be doing another live solve of, I'm hoping, a slightly easier puzzle than yesterday, at least easier for me. This is called License to Kill by Lucy. And I believe her last name's pronounced Audrin, but please correct me if I'm wrong. She just goes by Lucy on the Discord, and she's very active there and has a bunch of puzzles, and she's suggested quite a few for me. So this is the first of her suggestions. And I picked it because it had a 2 difficulty rating on the Discord archive. So I'm trying to do a little bit of a shorter video today. We'll see how that works out. The other thing I want to mention is, because a couple people pointed it out, I do know that there's this weird flicker that's happening with my webcam. I hope it doesn't bother you too much. It has something to do with, I use OBS to capture, and I got a new webcam recently. If anyone has any idea what might be causing that, let me know. Otherwise, I guess just, I mean, you should be looking at the Sudoku anyway, so. But yeah, so hopefully it doesn't flicker too many times this video, but if it does, I mean, I guess that's just how it is right now until I can figure out what's going on. So for this puzzle, what are the rules? Well, it's standard thermometers. So these are the thermometers here, where we have a bulb end and then a line connected to the bulb. So thermometers, the numbers just have to increase along the thermometer, starting at the bulb. So the bulb could be, say, a 2, but then this has to be larger than 2. So it could be a 4, for example, and then this has to be larger than 4, so it could be 5, etc. And so this, just to be clear on this puzzle, this is the end of 3 different thermos. We don't like go here and then turn and then end up at another bulb. So don't be confused there. So this bulb goes up to the center, this bulb goes down diagonally to the center, as well as to this one. And then we've got a bunch of other thermos on this puzzle. We also have killer cages, but we don't know the sum of the killer cages, except that they must sum to a power of 2. So the powers of 2 that are relevant to this puzzle are 2, 4, 8, 16, and 32. So feel free to write that down if you aren't that familiar with powers of 2. And so we need to figure out, as we solve the puzzle, which power of 2 it actually is. So those are the rules. If you'd like to try the puzzle yourself first, feel free to click the link below. And if you get stuck or you want to see my solve, just keep watching. So with that, I will start. Usually with thermos, I like to start with just filling in all the possibilities, but these aren't very long. So I'm wondering if there's something we can glean from the killer cages first, just to make it a bit easier to figure out these thermos. So, because it can be a bit of an information overload to just have a bunch of pencil marks, when I don't think they're going to be super useful to start out with. So I see that there's a few cages that are pretty large. These are 7 in size, and this one's also 7. So we have 3 cages that are missing 2 cells. So if we want to think about that, the largest a cage can be is 45, which means that we can't ever have 64 as a sum, which would be the next power of 2 above 32. So I suspect 32 is actually the only sum possible for a cage of size 7, but we can confirm that by subtracting, well, by saying, okay, well, what is the smallest it can be, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 45 minus 9 minus 8. So 9 plus 8 is 17, and 45 minus 17 is 35 minus 7. So can we even have 32? Okay, so that brings us, sorry, the largest we can be. So that's the smallest we can be, which is under 32. It's going to be, what did I say? 35 minus 7 is going to be 28. So we can't be 16, I guess is the one way to put that, because even if we exclude both 8 and 9 from the cage, we only get down to, what did I say, 28? And then how large can we get? Well, we can get to 45 minus 3, so we can get to 42. So what that means is 32 is the only option for all 3 of these cages. And another way to put that is the 2 cells that are not in the cage but are in the same group as the cage, those have to make it sum to 45. So 45 minus 32 is going to be 13. So all of these need to add to 13. And so what are the ways to add to 13? Well, we know we can't use a 1, 2, or 3. So it's going to be a 4, 9, or a 5, 8, or a 6, 7. And this is going to be the same. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So basically it's don't use 1, 2, or 3. And then this is the same, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'm immediately seeing here that I had to put this on both a thermo as well as a cage that has to add to a power of 2. So I think this is probably where we're going to start. So we can count backwards from here to see what the maximum is of this. So 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So this can actually only be 4 or 5. And so to go along with that, that's got to be 8 or 9. Yeah, because 9 plus 4 is 13 and 8 plus 5 is 13. So I think this is a pretty good start. So this starts with 4 or 5, which means we can actually just do 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, and 8, 9 here. And it's not surprising to me that this center one has to be 8 or 9, given how many thermos end there. But I mean, it could have been smaller, I think. Anyway, so what can this add to? So obviously can't add to 2. In fact, I don't think 2 is ever going to be a possibility in these cages because we can't do 1 and 1 in a cage because digits can't repeat in a cage. We can't add to 4 anymore because we have a minimum 4 here. So we could add to 8 or 16, but to get to 16, we can't use a 4 or 5. So we have to add to 8. And we can't add to 8 using 4 and 4 because we can't repeat. So this actually is 5, 3. And that gives us the rest of this thermo. That's great. So now 7's removed from here. So that means we remove a 6 from here. And unfortunately, that's the same that this 6 removed. So we can still be 6, 7. We just have to go this way. Oh, and 8 is removed as well. 8's removed from both, which means 5 is removed from both, I believe. So we're either 4, 9 in some order, or we're 6, 7. This has to add to a power of 2. We can't add to 8, and we certainly can't add to 32. So 16 is the only option. So that means we have to have a 7 here. This also has to add to a power of 2. What are our options? Well, 4 would be a 1, 3, which seems absolutely possible. 8 can't use 1, 7. It could use 2, 6. Well, okay, well we can't be 1, 3 because we're too far in the we're too far along. So this is 4, 5, or 6. Because we can't be 7, 8, or 9. And this would go 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 4 at minimum. So do we have to add to... Can we add to 16? No, we can't. Because we can't put 10 in this cell. So we're adding to 8 again. So we can't be a 4. So, I mean, I wonder if it's true that in a cell of size 2, you can't ever have a 4. I think that must be true. That's good to remember. So this is 5 or 6, and we have to add to 8. So we're 3 or 2 or 3. It's a good start. I'm assuming some of these smaller thermos are going to be used at the end to disambiguate something. So we are actually somewhat limited on these now. So I believe we have 2 degrees of freedom. Yeah, because this can't exceed 5 because 6 is our max here. This can't be 3 because of this 3 over here. That doesn't affect anyone else though. Should I be looking at some of these other thermos? This thermo maybe? 654. So this could be quite a bit. I'm not really that interested in filling it right now. 7 in this box. Could be anywhere in those 4. Okay, what am I missing? Oh, right, this had to add to 13. So that's an 8. Oh, yeah, that's an 8. And does that do anything? We don't have that many options left in this box. So what do we have? We've got 1, 2, 4, and 9. Is there any reason to believe? Well, we know that this is excluding 5 and 8, so this will add to 32 just by natural consequence. So we can kind of ignore this cage. When already the digits can't repeat in the cage because it's in the same row. So, in fact, is there a cage at all that there's not? Every cage is either in the same box, the same column, or the same row, or multiple of those. So we don't even have to use the fact that digits can't repeat specifically for cages. That's good to know. For some reason, this thermo's catching my eye because we have 2 digits. It's still pretty unrestricted though, because I think this can still be 1 through 5. Yeah. Okay, what else am I looking at? Should I look? Okay, well, I can look at some of these other cages. So what can 3 add up to? So 1, 2, 3 is 6. So we're going to either be 8. Can we do 16? Absolutely can do 16. Can we do 32? Well, what's 9 plus 8 plus 7? That's going to be 8 times 2, 16. No, sorry. 8 times 3, 24. So we can't get to 32. So this is going to add to 8 or 16. If it added to 8, that would be what, 1, 2, 5 or 1, 3, 6, which is absolutely possible. If we want to add to 16, I mean, again, I'm just not seeing that being restricted. I guess I'm just going to have to start filling in. This can't be 2 because of the cross here. So this can't be 3. With a 4, can we add to 8? These 2 would add to 4, so it would be 4, 1, 3. That seems possible right now. Can this add to 16? Well, hold on. Can it add to 8, I guess is the question. We know it can't add to, well, it can't add to 4 because we're at the end. So what can this be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 5 through 9. And it's not 7. So if we wanted to add to 8, we certainly can't add to 4. So if we wanted to add to 8, we could be 5, 3, or 6, 2. If we wanted to add to 16, we'd have to use the 8 and 9. So, well, we can't add to 16 using an 8 because we can't repeat the 8. So that's not 8. And with a 9, we'd have a 7, which is possible right now. So this cage is basically done because we got the 8.5. These cages, really the only thing is these add to 13. Okay, so 8s, I didn't remove 8s from here, so these can't be 8.5 either. So that does make a 4, 6, 7, 9 quadruple. So this can't be 6, so this is 5.3. Should have seen that earlier, apologize. Oh, and this 5 means this can't be 5, 4, 3, so that places 2, 1, and this could be still 3 or 4. This is not 1, this is not 2. People keep telling me in the comments that I need to improve my scanning, and I'm well aware of that. Easier said than done, especially in live solves, but I am trying, I promise. So does that restrict this thermo more? Be nice to know where 1 was. Well, okay, so this can't be 1 anymore. It can't be 1, 2. Can't be 3. And it can't be 6. So this is what? Is this 4 or 5? So it can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. It can't be 6, and then 7, 8, 9 is too high. So that's 4 or 5. If we start at the end, that's 9, 8, 7. That actually does look possible. And then from the 4, we can't do a 5, so this says 6 or 7. Oh no, not 6. So actually, does it have to be 7, 8, 9? So we have to be bigger than 4. We can't be 5 because of the column. We can't be 6 because of the row. And if we're higher than 7, there's nowhere to put the 9. Or there's nothing to put in this one. So this is whoop, in the wrong mode. This is 7, 8, 9. We now have 7, 8, 9 in a lot of places, though this is not 9. It's 1 or 4. In fact, this is the only place 4 or 1 in the whole row now. So this is 4 or 5 to finish the row. All right. 4, 5 pair puts a 3 here. Remove 1 from here. So where's 1 go in this row? Unfortunately, this is a bulb, so this could be 1. So 1 is somewhere here. Okay, so I placed some things, but they don't seem to... All right, well, where does 9 go? So 9 is here or here, and the question is, can it go in this cage? So at minimum, we would add to 13. So to get to 16, we would need a 3. So if this were 9, we either need a 1, 2, or 3 to add to 16. If it's not a 9, I mean, it could be anything. And I don't see any reason to say that's not possible, so let's just leave that alone for now. What else looks into this box? 8s. So again, 8. So is this a 9, 8 pair? Because this certainly can't be 9 or 8. 7 is going to be... This can be a 7, because this can barely be a 9. If it were 7, that would be interesting, because that would force the 9. That gives us this 16 cage then. I'm just going to mark here that the remaining is 6, 7, 8, 9. These can't be 8. This can't be 9. This can't be 6. That's just thermal logic. These can't be 7. So 7 is on this thermo, but it could go either way. Okay. I feel like I was making some progress on this box, though. We basically have 1 through 6 left in this column, and they're all somewhat represented in here. So with this being 8 or 9, we know we're adding to 16 now. So that definitely limits what can be here. So with the 9, we said it was 1, 2, 3. With the 8, we can't use the... Wait, can we use the... We can use the 4, right? So, well, can we? 8 plus 4 is 12. To add to 16, we'd need another 4. So the 8 can't use the 4, because we'd have to repeat the 4. 8 plus 5 is 13. So we'd use the 3, and that's fine. And 8 plus 6 would use the 2. So this is 1, 2, or 3. Might as well mark this as 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3 like this. This can't be 3 because of the column. This can't be 3 either. Okay, so where does 3 go? This can't be 3. But it looks like 3 can go in any of those cells. I'm not seeing that any restriction there. If this were 3, 4, 5, or 3, 5, 6, that doesn't seem problematic to me. Is there something about... I don't really... Like, we've almost got a 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple here, almost. So if there was a problem with this being 5, 6, that would certainly help, but I don't think there is. That would put 5 and then force a 9 here. That would have to be 9, 7. I don't know if a chain is actually required at this moment. So we can't be 1, 7, 5, or 8, or 9. So we're 2, 3, 4, 6. Is that right? This isn't 3. In fact, 3 has to be in one of these two, because of the 3 is looking in to the box. What can these be? So 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. This can't be 5. This can't be 6 because there would be nothing to put here. The 7, 8, 9 are taken. In fact, there are only 4 values left in this box. That's 1, 2, 4, and 6. This can't be a 1. It can still be a 2, technically. No reason to think it's not a 2 at this point. Okay, so that's interesting. Oh, right, yeah, so we have this 4, 6, 7, 9. Shoot, that does put a 2 here, doesn't it? So that's 2, 1. This is not 1, 2. This is not 3. This is not 4. So now, oh yeah, and this is not 2. So that's 3, 4, 6. There's no quadruple there. This 1 removes these ones. Come on, what else does that give me? This must be a pair then. 1 and 3. So those are placeable. Because of this one here. And this 3. Eights are down here. Doesn't do anything for me, but good to note. Could it be this thermo or this cell? So we know this has to be higher than 5, and we can't be 6. So it's 5 or 7. Can it be 8? No, because the 8-9 pair. If it were 5, that puts 7, 6 here. If it were 7... Okay, so now this can't be 5. And so we were saying with 5 we'd add to 8, so that's not a 3 anymore. Does that do anything good? Oh, where does 5 go in this box? Only here. That's what I was missing. Okay. Unfortunately, this is the pattern that was not as fruitful, but of course it is, right? Can this be 3? I don't see why not. Of course, it's 4, 5, 6, 2, 1. Works fine. The 2 here forces that to be 9, 1 with the 6 instead of 8, 2. Does this 5 do anything else? Already knew this was 4, 5. Does this 7 or 9 or 7 do anything? Well, this 9 sees up here. 7 sees here. So the 7 removes the 6. So now we're 4, 9. This is 6, 7. That makes a 6, 7 here, so that's not 6. This is 6, that's 7. The other option is for this to be 7, in which case this is 6, 7. Does that mean anything? A 6 here puts a 7 here. 7 here puts a 7 here. So there's kind of a X-wing on 7s, I guess is the way to think about that. So these can't be 7. This can't be 7. Well, these can't be 7 anyway because of the box. That can't be 7. So 7 is here, interestingly. Let me go over that again. We can't put a 7 anywhere else in this column because we know one of these two had to be 7 because of the box, and one of these two has to be 7 because of the 6, 7 pair. So in this box, the 7 has to be down here somewhere, and these two 7s see in. So that's a 7. And 7's going to be here as well. Are we going to finish the 7s? Did we finish the 7s? Oh no, we have this pattern remaining. That'll have to get externally resolved by a 6 or a 9, it looks like. This all seems fine to me. Duh. All right. This 9 was seeing the 8-9 pair. What's left here? This is the only one that can be 1 now. Oh no, we have 1 in the box. So 1, 2, 3, 4 it looks like. Yeah. Obviously no longer a 6. Let's remove those marks. These can still be fairly interchangeable, all right? So let's clear out, do some cleanup here. Place this 9. Place this 6, okay. 3, 4 pair here. 3s are in these. Okay, I've used this cage. This thermo doesn't do a whole lot. It's either 2... Okay, okay. If this thermo were 2, 4, where would 2 go in this box? Just to show, if this were 2, 4, that removes 2 and 4, and we have to place 2 3s in this box. So this is 1. And I think we said that these ones, yeah, these ones are propagating. This has to be 1. All right. What about here? Ah, yeah. So finally, this thermo does something, because the 1 can't be here. I guess it couldn't anyway, so still not doing anything. All right. Well, now we know this can't be 2. Couldn't be 2 anyway. This 9 C's here. 4 or 9. 2. It's a 3, 4. This is a 6. This is a 2. Now, what made me say that's a 2? The 3, 4 up here. So when I placed this 2, I should have immediately done this. That places the 3, 4. Problem is, I don't know if the mistake is before that, but I could go forward from here and see what happens. Do I even trust my pencil marks? Oof. What was next here? That's not a 4. These aren't 2. You'd think this would be easier the second time around. I am not. Well, okay. Well, where does 6 go in this row? Okay, this is a 4, 9. So this has to be 8, 6. I remember this. That makes a 4, 5 in this row, placing a 6 here. That 6 places 7, 9. Six, 7. This 4, 5 in the box removes the 4, 5 possibilities here. And the 8 placed 8 removes 8s. So this is 3, 9, 5, 2. I mean, there's only one option here. Well, why can't it be a 4? For some reason, I limited 4 to these two. If I had done that, I should have placed 6, 4 like that. But it doesn't seem right to me to limit it to those two. So maybe that's the mistake. What if I add 4 as a possibility? This still can't be 5 or 8. At least keep me from making the same mistake as last time. We're running into exactly the same problem as last time, maybe. Rid of those 6s. 4's up here. Yeah, we have this 4-5 pair. This 4-5 pair means that's not 4, that's not 4. So 4 is one of these two in this box. So that forces 5, 4, 5, 4. This has to be 9. So 9's not here, obviously. But we've got 2, 6, and 8. That's not 6. That's not 6, so this is a 6. All right, what's left in these two? We've got 2, 3, and 8. It's not 2. 9 sees there. So that's 2, 4, 8. A lot of this is looking familiar. Let's just fill the rest of these. So 2, 4, 5, 8. That's not 4, not 8 or 4. Okay, placing this 4 does put a 4 here. I missed 3. These can be 3s. Oh no, they can't. 3 was placed here. So, okay, so this is a 3. I think I did exactly the same thing last time. That's a 3. I'm nothing if not consistent. All right, that can't be 2. Two, 4, 6, 8. No 4. No 2. Are both 6 and 8 the options then? Looks like it. That's not a 4. I don't want to use my knowledge, though. That can't be a 2. May not even be true. Yeah, so a 2 here puts an 8 here, putting a 2 here, putting a 5 and an 8 here. So we'd have a 2 looking at this cell and an 8 looking at this cell. So this is a 4. So just to show, 2 puts an 8, 2, 5, 8 here, and now we have a 2 and an 8 looking there. So this is a 4. This is 5, 2, 8, 5. Oh. 2. Okay. 5. We're still good. This 8 sees over here. 2, 8. Whoop. 2, 8. 6, 8, 4, 6. All right. Well, I was hoping that was a shorter video, and I feel like it could have been if I'd seen certain things earlier. I really do need to improve my scanning, I guess. So I hope you enjoyed the puzzle. I hope you got something out of my solve and enjoyed yourself there as well. And I will hopefully be improving my scanning in the future. So until next time. Thanks for... Oh, I guess I should say to Lucy, I did enjoy the puzzle. Thank you very much. I thought there were some very clever moments in there, and I definitely made it harder than it needed to be. But maybe that's an example of someone who's blind. Well, I shouldn't say that, but someone who's bad at scanning, how well they do on the puzzle. Anyway, until next time, thanks for watching.